Hey, how's it going? So I want to show you this game. This is an idle game. Well, that's debatable, but we'll get into that a little bit later. This is Book of Yog Idle RPG. So first thing to note, it says down here sexual content, nudity. It doesn't have any of that at all. I think that's just their way of trying to grab people across a multiple sort of facet or multiple category type catchment. I don't know if they've intended to do that at the start and then deviated away from it. Not too sure. I mean, the art is questionable, um, but it's not anything on the lines of like Soul Worker, where you're literally controlling 13, 14, 15-year-old girls wearing almost nothing, as in bikinis and whatnot. You're not going to find that here. And the art style and direction is more of like a it's kind of blasphemous to say it, but it's more of a Diablo-like. So as you can see, as the pictures go through and scroll through, on the left-hand side is the player model, on the right-hand side is the splash screen, sort of like what you'd get in a gacha game like everyone's favorite Genshin Impact, and others that have either always done it or have copied or whatever, depending on how you feel. So you don't see anything, basically. But in order to find this game, you're going to have to make sure that your filters are set so that you do see games with sexual content on Steam. There is an individual launcher that you can get, but if you look at the developer and publisher, some people look at that and go, I ain't touching that. And there's nothing nefarious about it too much, but again, there's things about this game that I don't like, but I do like, and it's getting there. So, number one, it's an early access game. This is a problem for a couple of reasons. And again, I'll probably go over a little bit more of why I think it's wrong in a little bit later on. It's a single player MMO with in app purchases. It is literally a mobile game, but it's not on mobile that I can find. But I could be wrong because I must admit I don't go looking for mobile games exclusively anyway. English and Chinese, of course, so it's one of those ones. MMO, so the MMO flag, no. My opinion on this is a MMO, which stands for Massively Multiplayer Online. There are some sort of caveats where it comes to defining what that means. If you want to put numbers around it, you can. Um, I come from a background of MMOs like World of Warcraft, where that, yes, is an MMO, because you can go to a main city or any place in the game world anywhere and you will find other people, assuming, of course, people are actually playing the game. But this is not like that at all. This is akin to like saying Raid Shadow Legends is an MMO or any other mobile game that has a like town lobby with menus, and then you click the menus to go into a level. You're going to go into that level, but you're never going to meet anyone unless you team up with someone. But I don't even think you can do this in this game. I've never tried. But yeah, so it does tout itself as being along the lines of Diablo 2. I fundamentally disagree. The only thing that they have in common is the color of the loot and maybe some of the itemization on the tooltips, but that's about it. This is a little misleading. You don't control any of this. The game does it on its own. Um, Again, it's more akin to Raid Shadow Legends, except it's in a very linear map, but not linear like Raid. We'll have a look at it a bit later. Um, and the reviews are all over the place because again, you can trash the game if you don't like this kind of game, but I don't feel like that's fair. Because you don't like the game doesn't mean it's a bad game. I think it's a bad game, but there's a lot of other reasons for it, and again, we're going to go into it a bit later. So yeah, so it's on the fence. I think they were trying to go for, hey, this is a mature idle game that you can play, you can let play, and all that kind of stuff. And I think they were trying to get more of the community by flagging it as sexual content and nudity. All I think it's done is just stifle the amount of people that are going to see it. Having said that, though, they do have a Discord. Um, the Discord is it's almost mandatory because you're going to get these codes that gives you gems, and those are the gems that you buy with real money. So they are going to throw a lot of them at you. They are very vocal, which is really cool. But having said that, though, they're like that for a reason. They want you to keep playing. They want you to feel like everything's great. More money for them. So it does get into a bit of more of a complex situation as you play the game. On the surface, it looks pretty simple. Again, like Raid, people will slam the shit out of Raid, and that's fine. But once you actually get into the meat of the game and you get into quote unquote endgame, it's menus, spreadsheets, and it is pure strategy where, yes, the game plays itself, but if you don't put the pieces in the right place, you will lose. And some people just don't like that level of micromanagement. Some people do. I try these games out and I see how they go, and I get to a point where I just forget to log in because nothing's really grabbing me. So yeah, so we'll load it up because it loads in a window because it is an idle game. So you don't necessarily need to worry about resources or whatever. And hopefully the sound isn't too loud. So pretty much like every gacha game, you've got your news and events on the first screen. You got your server select when it wants to load. Your options menu, that's it. It's an idle game. You can run it full screen. You don't need to. But yeah, and the exit is in the settings, which is weird. But again, very akin to mobile games. So yeah. This loading screen's a bit slow. Once you get into the game, the loading screens are actually pretty good, very fast. I'm not on a very beefy machine. Maybe 6 years ago it was about top of the line, but now it's not. So yeah. And this is the first time I've logged in about a month or so. So we're going to see what happens when you're a returner, because that is a thing in these games. You get categorized as a returner. So they pump all of the rewards your way because they want to keep you going. So almost there. Alright, so see the art? It's probably about as raunchy as it's going to get. So here's your cash shop. So immediately loaded up a foreign currency. Now it's in Australian dollars. So Australian dollars, take that with a grain of salt. You're going to get these notifications all the time. So yes, you're going to get your daily, and then you're going to get your weekly as well. And this is where I take issue with the whole thing. It's funny, actually, we got straight into the shop because it's the first thing that popped up. This is a free-to-play early access, and you want to charge me up to $150, and then $30 for a pass, and then gift boxes, weekly and limited time only, up to 20 skins that do absolutely nothing to the game. Some more expensive than others. You got a monthly card. You've got a lifetime one and a monthly one, so they want $7 a month and they want $40 up front from you, which gives you some gems, increases the amount of stuff that you get. We'll go into that a bit later. Then you got another battle pass system. So this looks like the battle pass thing from Genshin Impact, as well as maybe at a very big stretch Destiny. So the top is free and the bottom is paid. So you get XP from doing certain things, and the more XP you get, the higher level, more levels, more stuff. Then straight up diamonds. So again, first purchase, double. Very Genshin Impact. Again, I'm not slagging on Genshin Impact specifically because of Genshin Impact, but it's a noteworthy game that a lot of people know. So eventually, they want you to basically dump $151.20. Remember, it is Australian dollars, so it's probably going to be a different currency for you, but still, $150 straight away for double the gems. Now 6,480, and then if we go back to Discord when Windows wants to do it for me. Gift codes 1500, 1888, 2023, 2000, 2100, 2200. See what I mean? Like, these are the drug deals. They keep you going. They get you on the Discord. They pump the numbers up, and they get you spending, so it's normalized. Then you got bounties. So this currency is what you get when you spend money, and with the money spent, it gives you this. The best way that I can sort of describe it in my mind, which might not make sense for you guys, but it's an exit loop. So you're expected to buy shit, and when you buy gems, sometimes that's not enough to keep people going. So when you buy gems, you get this off currency at the same time, but only when you spend the paid gems. And they do this so that it goes in odd increments, so that you feel like you're so close to getting the next one. I've just got to buy a few more gems, use them to get this currency to get the flashy thing. And I've seen a lot of different games use it. I haven't seen I haven't been on Genshin Impact for a long time. I haven't seen Genshin Impact use it, but a lot of Nexon games use it. So it's like a secondary currency that they give you as a reward for spending the currency you just bought in order to keep you spending. So that you don't feel like you've dumped $150 on gems to do 10 pulls to get nothing. Now you have an exit from that loop of feeling like shit because you've got this secondary currency that you're guaranteed to get something. So this one here, 100. You're going to get legendary and immortal stuff straight away. We'll go over the rarities as well as we go. So yeah. So they've got all of the things in there for an early access game. It's early access. They've flagged it as early access in Steam, and I don't think it's right that you charge money, regardless of what kind of game type you are. You shouldn't be charging for early access. So, reward for logging in, because of course, your daily reward. So mine's reset because I've been away. We got another event, a workshop type thing. So there's probably something I have to do in there. And then this is the new character. So, first thing, $1.40. So $1.40, get all this stuff. You know, hey, great deal, $1.40. It appears every fucking day, so you don't need to worry about it. The weapons, again, there's just looking at that. Remember, the weapons level up, and they augment, and they fuse, and etc, etc, etc. We'll get into that in a second, because it's systems on systems again. Now, this is the offline loot. So the part of the monthly and the permanent card increases the amount of this stuff that's accrued while the game is off. So this is like your rested XP in World of Warcraft, except you are literally directly getting loot. And there it is there. So the first thing I do when I get in here is, well, we check this out. So we got receive, we got expedite, we got the idle treasure chest, which is what we're looking at now. We got FP. So daily FP, so it has a energy system. So once your 1000 FP has run out, you can purchase more. There is free ways to get it, but it's not it's not efficient. And then you've got daily XP. So you are time gated, energy gated, and XP gated, which basically level gates you so that if you're not playing this every single day, you will fall behind unless you dump a serious amount of money in. So according to my stats, I'm getting 10 lura per minute, which is just a normal currency like gold. Essence, so essence is used in upgrading and whatnot. XP, that is literally XP for your character. And resonance, so not the same as Diablo Immortal, but it's used in other stuff, so currencies upon currencies upon currencies. So here with the expedite button, we've got a reset, we've got a cost amount, and we've got the available today at 3. So if you have a monthly card, that will increase the amount that you can expedite, and it also increases the storage space of the idle chest. So if I hit expedite now, all that stuff just went in my inventory. What it did was take an exact copy, like not an exact copy, but what it did was it gives you, so the tooltip here, 3 hours. So these stats times 3 hours, and they'll give you that. So I've did it once. The next one's going to cost me 30 gems, and I've got a whole heap because, again, you go on Discord, put the codes in, and it's easy enough. So we'll hit it again, get a whole heap more, and we hit it again for 50 gems. Whole heap more. Done. Cool. And then we receive that. So there you are. So without even doing anything, I have already just completely saturated my dopamine receptors with all of the wonderful flashy things that happen. So we've got cash vouchers, we've got all these currencies here as well. I'm not going to go over them because I can't remember what they are, and realistically, it's the same as any other free-to-play game. They're literally there to try and confuse you, to make it so that it's complex, and it's very complex. So yeah, then we got soul crystals. I think that's for abilities and stuff, and then you've got the diamonds. So diamonds are used for pulling. So now we've got mail. So mail, you usually get your compensation for maintenance, and it looks like I've gotten a lot, and your mail doesn't normally last very long. So I've hit receive all, 114,000 gems straight away. So you don't really need to buy anything. So some people might say, or someone might say, it's pretty generous. Yes and no. Again, if you are playing something like Genshin Impact or Raid Shadow Legends or any of the gacha games and they give you 100 million currency, that sounds like a lot in your brain. That sounds a lot to me. But with the way the stat weights and the way that the pools are organized, they're giving you that much because they want you to think it's a lot, but it's really not. So, yeah. That's a little achievement pop-up that you get. So because I did something I'm not too sure of, I got 10 gems for nothing. So we go to the notices as well. So this is where we have basically the daily stuff. And all of the, like, your dailies, your weeklies, and all that kind of shit. So you hit receive all. So you do a task, it gives you points, which is on the ladder here at the top. Once you get to a certain point, then you get some more stuff. And then again, you got a weekly one, you got a main one. So these are always looking like this because they want you to push further and further. And then you got your missions. So think of your mission tables and all that kind of stuff. So receive all would be nice, but you have to have the lifetime card. That's literally one of the features of the card. So you're paying to activate this button when you can just do this. Receive. Okay, so you're going to pay $40 to basically save like about 5-10 seconds. Auto assign works, which is cool. So you hit auto assign and there you go. So 6 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, etc, etc. You can accelerate it with tickets, but there's no real need to because whatever. And because I did 3 missions, I did a task, so it's going to push my points up a little bit more. And all of these things are they're easy. The dailies you could probably knock over in about 20 minutes if you really wanted to, and the weeklies you could probably knock over in about an hour if you really wanted to. So we got the character sheet. So hit redeem, that's where you put your code in for Discord. So let's actually do that right now. So if we go back to basically the last one here, so if we double click, Control C, redeem, Control V, yes. Okay. Try another one. No. Oh well. Oh, go to announcements, don't go to thingy. And there you go. 5,000. Traveling backpacks, they have the FP in it. So, yeah, traveling backpack, small, dried meat, and yada, yada, yada. So basically just push me a little bit further. So you got crests and everything. So you got achievements, you can track your achievements. They give you diamonds, tasks. So I've done the full thing of the tasks so far. So yeah, all of these basically, I'm going to scroll to the first one. So it's basically following the story. I cannot tell you what the story is because I just don't understand it. The translation, the localization is terrible. Spelling errors, continuity errors, I don't know what's going on. And again, it's like trying to understand in depth the lore of what Raid Shadow Legends is. I'm sorry I'm smashing Raid Shadow Legends, but again, I'm using a popular, well, infamous title to try and convey what I mean. So as you go and collect stuff, it's going to increase this as well. So blackguards are your heroes, and your equipment with stats and the amount that you collected. So if you look at the equipment collection, 610,782 pieces. I haven't even seen I've seen 3%. I've only seen 9% of the heroes. That's not a cumulative total of how many heroes there are. That's just I don't know how it's calculated, but it's pretty insane. So yeah. So, what do we want to look at? So we got the backpack. So this is the stuff in my inventory. It's a nice big 1,000. You can increase it, but there's literally no reason to. So this stuff here gives you certain things. So here, this one, the traveling backpack, I've got 23 of them, 50 points of FP. So I'm pretty much fine to catch up if I want to, but I don't really want to. You don't get items from the game. You get fragments, and then you use the fragments to merge to make the item. So you play Diablo and you kill a mob and they drop a piece of gear and you shard the gear into magic essence. Cool. You play RuneScape and you go and smack a mine and you get a couple of bits of iron or copper. Cool. In this game, you kill enemies and you get a fragment of an item, and then you need to accumulate the fragments and then merge them to have one item. So yeah, take that into account. That's the same with pretty much everything, even with the heroes. So legendary armor. If I want a legendary piece of armor, this is not the main way to get it, by the way, don't get me wrong, but they will drop fragments. So in this one particular, I need 90 fragment pieces, 90 legendary armor fragments to roll one legendary armor piece. So yeah, and then same with so rare warp shard. So this is an epic blackguard. So if I hit this, I have a chance to get oh no, I can choose, can't I? Yeah, so I can choose out of only these guys to get. So we get 2 of them. So then they give me those shards, which is here, and then I can turn those into the actual heroes. So it's steps upon steps, basically. And you'll get that with your higher ranks too. So like that's an A class, that's a double S class. So I think double S is the highest so far. So you basically want to try and get the double S class stuff, which is going to take you a long time. So, and then you have different rarities, of course. So you got legendary, and then you got this this stuff here as well. So there's stones and suffixes and prefixes. So if you're familiar with the kind of itemization that Diablo has and Diablo-like games have, it's pretty much the same thing. So here is a mythic item with gems on it. The gems can upgrade, the prefixes upgrade, the suffixes upgrade, the exclusives upgrade, the equipment skills upgrade. They also form part of a set. They have an equipment rating, they have all of that kind of shit. So, and they also upgrade to tiers, and they also upgrade in levels. So this is, I think, if I'm reading correctly, in the bottom left hand corner of the icon, which is really hard to see even for me, T1. I think that's tier 1. And then down in the bottom left-hand corner of this tooltip, it says equipment level 275. So it's systems upon systems. So again, if that's too much, because it's too much for me, yeah, that's pretty much how this game works. You don't control the characters at all, and I'll show you that in a sec. But this is the stuff you do control. So the entire game is basically menus. Gems. Your gems drop from certain places. You can merge them together. When you merge them, you are not guaranteed to get the one you want, because of course you're not. But you can upgrade them. So again, this one is a level 4, and it requires a piece of equipment that is at least level 100. And it has a set as well. So if I have 2 gems of the same type, exactly the same name, in any of my pieces of gear on the one character, I will get a 2% attack. Same for 4, same for 8. You can do stuff with the gear, and I'll get into that as well, because yeah, there's going to be a lot. Runes, haven't even got to them yet, so there you go. Tasks, that's more of like your quest items. And valuables, these are rewards from the quests. These are basically like, you can't go to this place unless you have this badge. Once you have this badge, it sits in your bag permanently, and because it's in the valuables tab, it doesn't take up a spot, so that's kind of cool. And it's out of the way. So I've done most of the main story, so that's why I've got all these. So that unlocks features in the game. They've just made a physical item for it rather than just flagging the property in a database from 0 to 1. They give you a physical item because, yeah, why not? Okay, cool. So Like a free-to-play game, you're going to have special and event that keeps popping up all the time, and they're not going to go away. So that's your event board again that we had a look at. Special, that's the thing that came up before for $1.40 because you know what, you can. There's the chat, 6 out of 30. So there's you were forced to add friends as part of a condition for one of the command crests. I have a guild. I'm the only one in it because there's certain things that you require a guild for. And then you've got all these little things here. So Ra's Tower, we'll go real quick because it's really easy to explain. It's a tower. You go in there, they fight. If you win, you go up a level. If you lose, you stay on the same level. You've got a couple of attempts, but I don't think the attempts register properly, so you can just sit there and let it go. So as you keep going up and up and up and up, you will go higher in the ranks. So this person is level 15,000. So there are 15,000 levels in here, and I'm only 950. So if you thought level 950, wow, that's a lot. No, it's not. And it keeps going up every patch. Foggy Coast. So this gives you access to different areas in the game later on. I haven't accessed any of them because I just haven't. Then you got Labyrinth. Here's the thing about the Labyrinth. The Labyrinth actually a cool idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. You might have seen this before. I think I've seen it in a couple of games. But basically what's going to happen is you choose one of these things here. I'm going to go for Burst Fire. It is click to move. But basically, you get a separate experience. So your character starts at level 1. It's auto-attacking, so I don't have to do anything. I'm just controlling where it goes. And you go up to the next level. And that's the game. That's not the full game, but that's the Labyrinth, right? So you just sit here and you kill the little spongy dudes. And you get a level up and you choose an ability. We're going to have poison, because why not? And you might think, this is pretty cool. Or, you know, it's pretty lackluster, or whatever your opinion is. Totally acceptable. There is a boss fight that appears. I can't remember how many levels, but there is a boss fight that appears. And that's basically the only strategy is moving out of the way, basically. So you get Labyrinth experience and Labyrinth points. The Labyrinth experience is the thing that's on the top bar. The Labyrinth points is used in the marketplace, which we'll have a look at soon. And that is for items that you can use in the game, but you can only buy with the Labyrinth coins, of course. So what you want to do is you want to try and get as many as you can, as fast as you can. And there's a faster way to do this. And if you played this game before, you're probably screaming at the screen going, why are you even bother doing this? But this is just to show you that they developed this, they made this, and then they completely invalidated it. So here we go. So we got the treasure chest. Select a new skill. Low probability of insta-killing enemies. Cool. So it's a neat concept. I think this is the boss. No, it's not the boss. So yeah, riveting, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. So, and even like the click to move feels clunky. See, I'm not controlling him attacking the box. He just wants to attack the box because it does have stuff inside it, but it's decided it's just not going to do it anymore. So don't get me wrong, this does get a little bit more difficult, as in you need to react to your movement. We're going to do projectiles will chain to other enemies, like a chain lightning. Don't worry about actually walking into anything and taking any damage, because that's not a thing. That would be, well, I mean, that would be development, wouldn't it? So, but basically, by the time you get to the end of this labyrinth, you basically one-shot everything, and like in a way where you could probably just sit at the entrance and have your abilities train off the one enemy and just wipe everything out. So, and you don't even have to go up and pick the items. So, shop from the front. So it does have directional, but only in this map, only in this game mode. So when it attacks, it'll attack 2. Here we go, here's a boss. So this is all you do. There you go. Boss battle done. So then we go to spin the wheel. So we got some gambling mechanics. Hit the lottery button, even though it should just be called spin. And then we got this. We got 2 elimination stones. Awesome. What do they do? I will have to have a look at that later. Right, so that's the game. That's the Labyrinth, basically. And now it's rinse and repeat. So we hit here. We go leave. Yep, leave it temporarily. You know what you can do? Expedite. Yes. There you go. That is all of the rewards from the Labyrinth. Don't even have to start it. You come to this screen, you hit expedite, done, finished. So they've made the game so easy, you don't even have to play it. So you got workshop. So in the workshop, and again, all these are accessible from a different menu. You don't even have to come up to these people. You don't even have to do this overworld stuff. So yep, she's going to tell me how to improve gear, all that kind of stuff. 10 experience. 10 experience on a game that requires like several trillion to upgrade. So yeah, so basically you have a city and you've got guild, summon, black market, forge, workshop, awaken, dock. So we go to guild first. We'll start from the top. So here's my massive guild. You hit sign in because you need to do a sign in bonus. Ruins. So they're your guild dungeons. So again, I've done all of them that are available to me. Tasks, haven't unlocked it yet. Power, when you do the other tasks, you get experience. Experience increases power, so you need to be in a guild to increase the power of your character as well. So it's good to be in a guild. Summon we'll get to soon. Black market. So black market's where you spend all your different currencies. So you can literally buy stuff for the real cash. So there's always 2 pages. You can force a refresh, but it costs. So you want to spend? No, I don't, because I don't care about the game too much. So yeah, you got the big immortal stuff. Labyrinth. So this is where your Labyrinth coins are spent. So at the start here, so this one here, Warp Shards, Frozen Heart. So Frozen Heart's the name of the hero, and she's a double S Mystic class. So it requires 90 pieces, 90 fragments, and it's going to cost 260 coins per fragment. And you can only buy 180 per week. So you are limited in so many different ways that it's just ridiculous. Glory, so that's what you get from PvP. Guild, so your guild coins. So they even put a skin, 5,000 coins for a skin, so good luck getting that. Misty shop, so the Misty, this is for later on in the quote-unquote endgame, so you get another currency for that. Academy, so that's the Academy Cup, that's right, so that's an event, so it's here because just in case you have Academy coins left over. I don't, because I didn't play it. Great Temple, probably another one as well. So I've got 20 coins, so I can't buy shit. So there you go. So that's the black market. So then we go to the workshop. So the workshop has more shit to deal with. So we got dismantle and batch dismantle. So again, if you think of like Diablo, where you put all of your items to the blacksmith to get stuff back. Batch, we do normal, superior, rare, epic, because you don't need to worry about any of those ever once you start getting the big stuff, because why would you? Hit confirm and you get all of these things here, and they are used elsewhere. So we've got, I haven't unlocked runes yet, so I can't tell you what that does. Enhance. So we got auto enhance. So I'm just going to do it on this one. So this one's automatically ticked. It's level 275. It requires alchemical dust. It requires lura. There's a 100% success rate. Hit auto enhance. Hit max 32. Hit confirm. Bang. It's now a plus 32. Heirlooms. I haven't actually played with heirlooms, so that looks like it needs. Yeah, it looks like it needs items to increase its level for something else. That's a different one. Transfer. So you can transfer stuff from one item to another. I never played with it because I've never needed to, because I haven't gone too far into that game. Modify. So this is where the big stuff is. So it's going to be a bit difficult because I don't think I have any items that I can actually use. But if we try and find something down here. Thought I saw one. well, we'll just look at this one, okay? So this one here. See, it's got a lock, equipment skill, immortal tier. So I have to upgrade this legendary into an immortal, which is these purple ones up here. That will unlock the suffix down the bottom. Now, if you imagine, that lock is also applied to all of these here. The exclusive, the prefix. That's what these stones are for. Each stone will unlock one. And you can re-roll these stats, but of course they're all random. So it's RNG on top RNG on top RNG. So that'll drive you nuts. So basically what I do is I just unlocked everything on the character using auto. Because, yeah, may as well. Apparently you can do it with runes and you can do it with heirlooms. Then you got fusion. So 2 pieces of identical things and you can fuse them together. So we'll just do this. And it wants to. Soul crystals? Why not? No, it's not going to do it. Okay. Whatever. So yeah, you fuse 2 items together to increase its quality or its rank or whatever. And then you got Onyx Fusion. So this is your gems. So auto fuse. So it's already calculated all this stuff. So we go confirm. Bang. There we go. Got a whole heap of gems. Hit it again. Bang. Do it again. Auto fuse. No. So everything's all maxed out. So there you go. So they're all your gems, and your gems go in your gear. So how do you do that? So what we can do is, I haven't even unlocked the forge yet, so there you go. We go to hero. So this is your hero sheet. So here's your piece of gear. That's a socket. You can buy an item that will add a socket. You add a socket to a gear, you put the gem in the gear, and now you've got a piece of gear with a gem. And then you hit here and that will give you the rundown of everything that I've got here for this particular character. So this particular character, all of the lighted up stuff is what's applying to the character, plus all the stuff on the right hand side. So this is a bit overwhelming for even me. So there's stats upon stats upon stats, and I can't tell you exactly what they all do because they all do something different, and the meta keeps changing because of course it does, because I want you to keep playing. So you are ranked based on your stat. You cannot control this rank. That's just the way it is, the way it rolls. This first character here is considered your commander. You cannot change it at all. You can upgrade his stats, you can upgrade his abilities, but you can't change him. He has to be in the party at all times. So you have a look at the equipment. So the equipment here, so that's what I've got equipped. And this is all the potential stuff that I could put on there. So you can see grade 275, score 182,000. It's listed, so it's descending, so that basically the stuff that you can, that's next best is at the top. But again, it doesn't matter because you can just hit auto. Heirlooms to see what heirlooms are available. Gems, so you can add the gem to the sockets. I think it's just you click and then you drop it on there, but you can't remove them because you need a gem. Runes I haven't unlocked. Info, so it gives you a bit of background. I'm not reading all that because fuck that. Skins, so characters got skins, and that's where a lot of this stuff comes into the controversial, quote unquote. So if we go to this one, skins, and then Nurse of Lust, that's probably as raunchy as it's going to get. So if we go to here, there's that one. So yeah, yeah, it's it's when you start getting these ones and it becomes a little bit more questionable. But yeah, so if we have a look at this one, so this is where it changes a little bit. So basically you can just at a glance go by the ranks here to see which ones are which. Abilities on the top, how much lure and all that kind of stuff is needed for the next promotion. So unfortunately the promotion, I need 4 blackguards to be reach level 275. So I've got 1, 2, 3. This one needs to reach 275, but I can't do it because she needs to be awakened, and I can't awaken her because I need copies of her to be ranked up in order to rank her up even further. So this is, yeah, it's one of those things. So again, if you go back to what I was talking about with the gems, if this game gives you 100 million gems, it's not going to give you too much power because you need to roll this character 500 times and then upgrade separately in order to get her rank up to fuse to make her more powerful. So again, this is very Raid Shadow Legends. It's very gacha. That's just the way the game is. So if we have a look at here and I go auto awaken, see this one wants to merge these two together. Once they merge together, then they become something completely different. Not something completely different. It becomes more powerful and different to the first tier. So you might think, well, just make sure that you get the ones that you want. Well, the thing is that in order to upgrade all of these guys to the ranks that they need to go, you need to sacrifice. So if you have this one here that's level 299, I need a gold version of her. And in order to get a gold version of her, I need 25 of her original ranks, but ranked up to the level in order to do it. And then when you've got this icon here, especially in different colors, so see, this one needs the same person, the same card but ranked up, and this one needs just 2 of any, but it has to be this blue square, which is basically a tank. So you need the trash to level up the other ones that you want to level up, but you need copies of them to level up your main. So you're restricted. Then you've got front, which is exactly the same, except it's the stars. Then you can replace. I haven't played with the replace function, but you need a special item for it. I think it's where you change an SS to a different SS. Because again, they're going to be the most heavily invested. So they all have different gear types. You can just hit auto equip, and when you do, it automatically makes sure it tries to get you the highest combat rating. It is soft locked by combat rating in most cases, so you can't do anything unless you are a certain combat rating. And just like these games, if you are a little bit off, you're not going to get anywhere. You kind of have to over level. So now the awaken, we'll go into that in just a sec, but if you are watching, thank you very much. But if you're not watching, then you don't have to worry about it too much. But everything that's on the screen laid out to you in the little buildings is right here when you hover city. You don't actually need to go to the buildings. So there you go. There's, again, they've made a system where you click the buildings, you interact, and you have an overworld, but you don't even need to do that. So this is where the core of the game comes in. So awakening, where we just were. So you can rank up your awakening to make things more effective, and you awaken them, but where do you get the things from? Well, you get that from summon. So here's your summon. It does have a pity system and it does have a wish system. So here you can opt for your favorite ones up here, and then you can opt for your wish, your double S. So I've got this character selected at the moment only because that's what I was trying to get before. So you got scrolls. Scrolls are the ones that come for your daily login. So I've got 25. So you hit summon 10 and there you go. And that's it. So, and that's with skip animation. Now, if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, guaranteed in 25 attempts, S rank or above. Guaranteed in 339 attempts, SS rank. So I'll hit another 10. There you go. There's one of the ones that I've set to be on a wish. So as you can see, guaranteed 23 attempts, S rank or above. Guaranteed in 329 attempts, SS rank. 10 summons is 1,000 gems. And this is the game. This is basically it. So that pool was completely useless, but guaranteed in 13 attempts. So if we hit one more. And now this one should have an S rank. Yep, there they are. There, 2 S ranks. See, this happens when you've never seen it before. So this is a new one because again, I haven't played this game in a long time. So so now it's reset to 24 attempts for S rank. Let's see, the SS is still 300. So I'm going to have to pull 300 times to guarantee an SS. And also remember too, so you see this is your exit loop currency. You've spent gems. Don't feel bad about your bad pulls. Here's some stuff. Cool, thank you. So, and there's also this reward system at the top. So once you've hit the reward system, you get even more rewards. So it's rewards for spending money as rewards for spending gems, even if it's good or bad. So you still walk away assuming you walk away feeling happy about what's going on. So, but I mean, that's up to you. If you're aware of it, great. If you're not aware of it and you're concerned, well, there you go. So I've done a little bit here so we can receive all for here for our dailies, and then we hit the daily stuff and we get some more stuff for us because it's just going to throw more and more shit at us because, you know, the flashy stuff feels really, really good. More dust, more lure, more shit that makes absolutely no sense to me, and I don't know what it is and I don't know what it does, but it's nice to have in your inventory because your inventory looks full and it makes you happy. Yay! Arena. So there's the Academy Cup, so that's an event, and then you've got the arena and you've got PvP. Now, PvP is a little bit weird because again you don't control anything, and you're gonna get a quick look at what the gameplay is like because I'm gonna hit one of these guys. So you can see their battle rating 3,250, and then you've got 5,265k. So that's basically 5.2 mil. So that's me. So I've got 5.2 mil power, and I've been put up against 4,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 30,000. So I'm gonna wipe the floor with these people, assuming they're real. So we hit free. It comes to the selection screen, so you can select all your heroes at the bottom, and then you got your hero previews here. You can see what they've got there, and then you hit start. And now this is gameplay, believe it or not. I'm not touching anything. I'm not doing anything. There you go, game 1. Cool. I participated in the arena, so that's a reward for me. Thank you very much. So you can hit refresh. Now you got a 6 million one and a 5 million one. But, you know, if you're like me and you don't really care about the PvP at all, you just do the 10 and that's it. Or, well, in this case, fight tickets, I've only got 3 left. So you do 3 more, and that'll satisfy your daily, so you can just bump straight out of it. So yeah, so tasks, the task button's there. See, participate in arena. Cool, thank you very much. More rewards because, yep, you're a good boy. Then you got your map. So this is the overworld. I'm sure you've seen this kind of stuff before. 3 stars, areas, the map continues on, etc., etc. Then you've got the world, so you can have a look at the world as a whole. I'm sure there's stuff over here, but we haven't got to it yet. Event, developer's notes, so the translations haven't been done properly. So here is a top-down manual version of playing the game. I'll show you the game in a sec as well. I'm very sorry, but like there's so much shit in here. This stuff, I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know what it does, and I've never figured it out, and I can't find any English translation to find out what it does, so I just let it go. And then you've got the idle treasure chest. So even though I've been idle for 32 minutes, I've used a little bit of FP already, and I have accumulated all this. So if I hit receive, there you go. Have not touched the fucking game at all, and I've already got some rewards. Awesome. So now we go back to here. So I'm up to here basically. Area 19. I can't get past this area because I stopped playing. My characters aren't powerful enough because I can't upgrade them because I don't have enough pulls, because the characters I want to upgrade are SS, and trying to upgrade an SS is like pulling hen's teeth, and I'm not going to spend any money on this game because it's an early access game. They could decide to just stop. They could decide that, hey, we're going to add another tier of rarity and fuck you. And then there's a hard mode and a black tide mode. So again, I haven't seen any of that kind of stuff before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to area 17. And this is a 3-star one. So 3-star one, it's all conditionals, like beat the map within a time limit, no one dies, etc. So we'll hit this. This is the game. This is the core of the game. So if you play the game, this is mainly what you're going to see. Aside from all the menus, this is it. Now I'm not touching anything. Okay, my hands are above the keyboard. There's just nothing here. This is what they claim to be Diablo 2-esque. Your characters don't even pick up anything off the ground. You don't even need to click anything, with a very small exception. Top, see that there? Click to open, treasure chest. There you go. Gameplay. If your character happens to run in a line and they hit it, it'll open. So again, and the reward you get from it is so minuscule, don't even need to. Watch, there you go. Okay, maybe they fixed it. My bad. So yeah, there you go. So this is it. This is the game. You have skills on the bottom. That's for your main character, so you can step in. But the numbers, see 30, 30, 20, 20, 20, that is not a resource cost. That is literally how many charges you have for this round. So I can only hit one of those things for 20 times, and then I can't do it anymore. I have to come out of the map and go back in. So there you go. Auto proceed is on, so it's just going to go straight to the next one. And it'll load the next map. And it'll keep going. And there you go. Battle start. You can turn that off here. So this is at double speed. Look at what it looks like at normal speed. This is normal speed. So yeah. There you go. So, put it back on the double speed. It's on auto. That's fine. So, big chest here with the numbers. That's the stuff they've picked up. Hit receive, and you've got it. So, that's your chest. So, even if you leave this or you die or whatever, the chest stays there. And you can just grab it whenever you want to. So yeah, so I've got these buttons down here, promote, and awaken. I can't promote them because I need to have this one here at the end that's 250. She needs to be 275, and I can't upgrade her to that level because she needs to be awakened, and I can't awaken her because I need to upgrade her by merging copies of her into herself, or the cards. And I can't do that because she's an SS, and that means there is a small chance that I might get her once every 400 pulls, which is, again, re-emphasizing my argument about dropping thousands upon thousands upon thousands of gems, which is currency that is supposed to be paid for, dropping them in the Discord and seeing how many you got, thinking, fucking sweet, I don't need to buy anything. No, the game still expects you to pay for it, so I am not getting anywhere anytime soon, which is probably one of the reasons why I decided I ain't playing this anymore, because I'd literally have to leave the game running non-stop every day for months on end, not really going anywhere at all, for no reason other than waiting for Discord to give me a code to get more gems so that I might have a chance of pulling a very, very rare hero. If you are happy with that, more power to you, man. That's awesome. That's great. Maybe you could have it running in the background. I don't know. It's just the thing that grinds me a little bit is the fact that this is early access on Steam. Not the fact it's on Steam, I don't give a shit. Steam has shown us they don't really care about what's on their platform as long as there's no cryptocurrency or NFTs. Yet. But, yeah, they don't care about this kind of stuff, and that's fine. This is basically a... I mean, if you look at the interface, it doesn't really look like a mobile game, but it's a mobile game. You know it's a mobile game, I know it's a mobile game. That's the way it is, because it's an autoplay. You have autoplay on your mobile, so you can click the menus and control shit to make yourself feel good. But it's a game that's asking for a lot of fucking money up front by also being in early access. So yeah, so this is it. This is the game. I've been playing it for, Steam says, about 90 hours. Again, that's 90 hours of it basically sitting there doing nothing except playing itself. I can't tell you what the story is because I don't know what it is. There's a beta friendship system in here where you start finding gifts and you give them to the heroes and they start talking to you. You don't see anything, so it's not like that, which again, in some respects, is kind of misleading because the developers themselves have framed this as being sexual content and nudity, and there's not. So maybe they might want to update that because they're excluding themselves from another huge range of people who leave the defaults on and say I don't want to see that stuff on Steam, because there is none of that in there. Maybe they imply that will be in there later, but as for now there isn't. Again, that picture you're seeing on screen, it's probably about as bad as it gets. You don't see much else. So this is an idle game, the Book of Yog. It's on Steam. It's very small. It's a pay-to-win, free-to-play, auto-playing, auto-battling game that has a lot of complexity, a lot of systems upon systems. It is in early access. I don't know how I feel about it with coming to recommendations. Hey, give it a try. It's free. You're not going to lose anything. But if you are going to try it, go to the Discord and farm all of those codes to get those gems and just go fucking nuts. Grabbing that dopamine hit, pulling the cards and seeing the flashy numbers, and then when you get bored, throw it away. Yeah, don't get sucked in by Big Boober because it ain't worth it. Not this one anyway. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in a different one. Bye.